Evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you're expecting Tess Daly or Claudia Winkleman, you're already desperately disappointed. It's just me. Premonition and CaseCrunch exist in the same sort of environment. We look at data analytics. And it's important to differentiate between what AI does in the process of contracts and paperwork and data analytics. They're two separate things completely. Now, Premonition was set up by two Englishmen who live in Florida, one of whom decided that he'd been in the divorce courts for quite a long time and he was a bit fed up with it. And also, as the Americans are litigious buggers, he was actually sued for having no lift in a one-story shopping mall he owned. You can understand that, can't you? But not as good as the woman who was given a large insurance payout for witnessing a car crash, and she sued one of the drivers for the loss of her psychic powers. That's Americans for you. Okay, Dan Quayle, who was an erstwhile Vice President of the United States, said amongst several other things that all predictions are dangerous, especially those about the future. Now, he didn't realise the irony of this when he said it, but Dan didn't have enough data, did he? If he'd had enough data, he'd have been able to work out the future, because you have enough data, you can run the stats, and you get a very high confidence levels, and you can say, this is going to happen. Now, I'm going to rush to the results now, because I know you're all excited about this. I didn't look at the results, because I'm not a techie, so Ludwig sent them over to the States, and at 1 minute past midnight last night, we got an email saying, this is what we've done. So the guys in the States looked at the results, and this is what they told me this morning, and I'm going to read this, because I don't understand it. There were 23,291 cases, which the guys looked at, including all the lawyers. The machine correctly predicted 20,174, which is, you've already worked this out, it's 86.6% correct. Now, previously, the guys at CaseCrunch have run this data, and they've got up to 92, 93%, but they've only had a week to do it. It's the number of iterations they tell me that it goes through that makes it perfect. Those of you with a statistical background will understand if you've got up to 95% confidence limits, that's as good as you're going to get. So, the machine did 86.6%. Da, 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 da. The lawyers did 775 predictions, as Ludwig just put up on the screen there. They answered 483 of these correctly. You've already worked it out, 62.3%. Don't ask me, ask the techies. You're not one of the disappointed lawyers, are you? So, that's rather startling, I imagine, for those of you who entered the competition or thought that lawyers were perfectly infallible in the things they did. The machine has beaten them. You're thinking about that, aren't you? Ludwig will explain more of this later, I'm sure. Interestingly, of course, when you're looking at AI and lawyers, you work out, you say to yourself, what would the cost of this have been? 62.3% correctness at, say, £300 an hour over XX hours, or £100 an hour, or £1,000 an hour, is a lot of money to get 62.3% correct. The machine, which costs £17 an hour to run and does it in not very long, did 86.6%. Think about the consequences and implications of that when you think about AI. So, are we happy with these results? These guys are. Are the lawyers bereft, disappointed, suicidal? It's the 9th floor here. There's a balcony out there. Okay, I'm going to hand you back to Ludwig now.